I want to get into WWE RAW. Now, I know I'm 2 weeks behind in RAW, so I want to real quick, we're going to recap March 7th, which was last week's RAW, and then this past Monday night, the 14th, I want to go through that RAW. And then I'm also going to talk about WWE Roadblock, which was a kind of like a pay-per-view that they kind of did on the WWE Network. To me, it felt like it was more of a glorified house show, but we'll get into that. So first, let's go back, rewind a week. March 7th, we're going to a quick little recap of the March 7th not pay-per-view, Monday Night Raw. All right, so the show opens up. Shane and Vince had their little interaction, open up the show with a interview thing like always. It is what it is. So they come out. The one thing taken from Shane and Vince going at it with each other that I found fascinating was the huge CM Punk chant that happened in the audience. It was very loud. It was very audible. You could hear it. And I love it. I love when the CM Punk chant. I know some people go, oh, get over it. He's not coming back. I get it. Never say never in wrestling, first off. There's a lot of people that have come to the WWE or vice versa to other places that you never thought was going to happen. Never say never in the world of sports entertainment. And when it comes to WWE and what Vince McMahon knows the people want. Never say never. It doesn't look that promising, but never say never. You never know what happens. CM Punk can go out there for his first UFC fight and get knocked on his fucking ass. And get punched once and just knocked out completely. And realize that that's not for him. Guess what? If he wants to continue doing something, he might want to continue wrestling. I'm sure WWE will be his first call. And I'm sure Vince will take that phone call. So, never say never. But then we get into a Kevin Owens-Neville match. Now, this match was awesome. Just awesome. These two work so great. And Owens has proven, even for a bigger dude, no matter who you put him with, he could wrestle anybody, any day, anytime, any style. He is fantastic. Neville also, the high flying, the quick moving. Neville is great. Very athletic. It was a great match. One awesome spot was Neville hit an awesome shooting star press right to the outside of the ring, which looked fantastic. But, I mean, wow. The guy's crazy. Basically, the match ended. Owens won. He was pulling the tights, so, he cheated. Whatever. He's the heel. He can do that. It was a great match, though. Sami Zayn came out. Him and Owens had a little interaction. At that time, I was thinking, could they be setting up a triple threat for the title? Can they be setting up a Zayn, Owens, Neville kind of match? Maybe throw in a stipulation, maybe a ladder or something like that. But now I'm hearing that Neville is injured. I don't know if that's accurate, but I heard that he broke his ankle or something like that. So, I mean, that's just another disastrous injury on top of injury on top of injury on top of injury in the WWE, which is just crazy. Because, I mean, that sucks, because Neville would have been a great addition to that, but I don't know. We'll see what they're going to do with that moving forward. Then, again, this is still for the March 7th WWE Monday Night Raw. I know I'm a week behind. We had Ambrose and Triple H came out. Again, I don't understand. Where is Reigns? I don't know what they're doing, and this will lead up into this past week's Monday Night Raw, and I'll get into that. But let's rewind and just imagine that we're just talking about last week's. I don't know where Reigns is. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know why they have him written off this much. He did not have to have facial reconstruction. That was all BS. That was all storyline. So I don't know what they're doing. I don't know how they want to build him. He'll continue to be booed and not respected and not liked because of the way they're booking Roman Reigns. He's been obsolete. I don't know where he is. Ambrose is at an all-time high. The crowds are going crazy for Ambrose. And I still fear to this day that WrestleMania comes, and if Reigns and Triple H still fight, either if Triple H, if Reigns wins the title at WrestleMania, I still think he will be booed at WrestleMania. And if Triple H won, I think he would be cheered as the babyface, which is a complete role reversal of what they want right now. So, yeah, we have Triple H and Dean are going back and forth because they're going to be fighting for the title at the WWE Roadblock, which is coming up that following weekend, this past weekend, Saturday night on the WWE Network. It's like a little tune-up pay-per-view sort of kind of house show before, they get into closer to WrestleMania. Going back on Raw, March 7th, then we get a Divas They announced there's going to be a Divas triple threat match at WrestleMania for the Divas title. It's going to be Charlotte, Lynch, and Banks. I think everybody kind of knew that was going to happen. Curious to see where they go with that. I'm hoping they put the belt on Banks, but we'll get into that with a WrestleMania preview coming out in a couple weeks, I'm sure. So on Raw, we got a Banks and Lynch match versus Naomi and Snooki. Snooki. Oh my God, I just said Snooki. Not Snooki. Tamina Snuka. Whew. Wow, that'd be a nightmare. But anyway, so Charlotte jumped to Banks in it. Banks and Lynch won, but Charlotte threw herself in there. It was really just a kind of a boring match. It is what it is. It's the setup, that triple threat. Naomi and Tamina are just there, just to be there. So, that is what it is. Then we had the New Day. New Day came out. They cut in their promo. Then Y2 AJ came out, which was Jericho and AJ Styles. They come out. They have a match for the WWE titles. Great match. Again, everybody worked well. Styles looked precise and great. Styles hit some awesome moves. The New Day are just great. They're so over. They're probably one of the most over things going on the WWE right now. I mean, they could put probably Big E or Kofi or even Xavier in a title match, and I think they get bigger pops than Roman Reigns would. But that's just my opinion. It is what it is. Awesome match. Again, AJ looks phenomenal. Phenomenal AJ Styles. But New Day won, and Y2J, Chris Jericho turned on AJ. Kind of uneventful. They've only been really tagging for a couple weeks after they fought at Fastlane. So, I mean, did anybody really care? Whatever. I'm guessing they're going to set up a Jericho Styles match, hopefully, for WrestleMania. Maybe throw in a stipulation. If not, maybe let them go out WrestleMania, have 30 minutes. They could put on a great match. And I think that'll kind of be Jericho's kind of not, I don't want to say retirement from the WWE, but I think Jericho will go off now for a while because he's been on TV a lot and he usually is not. So I think WrestleMania will be his payday, and then he'll disappear for a while. Maybe we'll see him again, in the summer or maybe in the fall for Survivor Series or the Royal Rumble. But I think Jericho's just been there to help out with a lot of the deficiency on talent because of the injuries. So we shall see. The Hall of Fame announced, they announced that Big Bossman is going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. Okay. I mean, I get the Big Bossman more than I do the Godfather. I still don't understand why the Godfather is going into the Hall of Fame. Meanwhile, people like China and whatever they want to say, whatever Triple H wants to say about, if you Google China's name now, please, because Sonny is in the Hall of Fame. Because I'm sure X-Pac will be in the Hall of Fame. Come on. So, so Big Boss Man will be inducted into the Hall of Fame. Yeah, that's cool. Good for him. Then for that Monday Night Raw, again, it's March 7th. The Monday Night Raw for March 7th. We had Dean Ambrose versus Bray Wyatt. In the main event, good match. Ends up with Triple H coming out at the end. He comes in the ring. First is a really awesome stare down between Bray and Triple H. Triple H has got the title on his shoulder, and behind him is the whole Wyatt family. You have Luke, Eric, and Braun Strowman standing behind him. It's just these four massive men. And Bray's just looking at the title. He starts tapping it, saying I guess it's mine, or he's gonna get it, or whatever. He starts laughing, and they end up leaving the ring. But that was kind of intimidating. That was kind of cool because I would love to see them get Bray Wyatt in the title picture. Again, Bray Wyatt is someone I think if they gave the title to would get a bigger pop at this point than Roman Reigns. I think Gilbert could get a bigger pop if he won the title than Roman Reigns. But again, that's just my opinion. So it faces off. Ambrose and Triple H go back and forth. Ambrose finally hits Dirty Deeds, and that's kind of how that episode of Monday Night Raw ends for the March 7th edition, leading up to the WWE Roadblock pay-per-view.